Excuse me. Now, yesterday what we added to our factoring arsenal was how to factor it when a is greater than 1, correct? So when we have a leading coefficient, so when we have the degree is 2, and what new word did we learn to call these? Quadratic. The number of terms is 3, which makes it a trinomial, and the leading coefficient is greater than 1. Now, what was our first step that we did?
Multiply 18.
And then we put everything in our star, correct? Now, what was different on this method of factoring? What did we have to do last that was different than before? The fractions and reducing it. Good. Take a point, both of you. So on our first one, let's review this first one just so that we can watch step by step what we did, and then we'll go over the homework. So the first thing we did was we did 7 times 4, and we got 28, correct? And then we put 7 and 7, 29. Now we needed two numbers that multiplied to give us 28 and add to give us 29. So we found that was 28 and 1. Then we covered up our middle, and we saw that we needed to reduce this fraction right here. So 7 goes into both of those. So we had 1 and 4, 7 and 1. So then our parentheses, remember our top number goes out front. So that's x plus 4. And then this top number goes out front, 7x plus 1. Ta-da, that was the magic of yesterday. Yeah?
So why did you put x plus 1 first?
7x plus 1?
No, wait. See, I didn't understand that part.
So the top number always goes out front. Since this is a 1, we didn't have to write it. And then the bottom number right here goes behind it.
Okay.
Yep. Anybody else have any other questions before we move on? Yes.
Does it matter if you put 7x before the first percentage?
Yeah. All right, let's look at our homework, which hopefully yours is completed. I'm so proud of you. Manny now has me first period, so he has to do his homework.
I know I should remember to do it.
Well, you didn't. All right, so I draw my star, and then on the top of my star goes what? 18. Why do we not put 9 up there this time?
Because 9 has 2.
You have to multiply A and C. What goes in the bottom? And then 2 and 2, correct? All right, so now then we can either list our factors like we've been doing, or you guys can just tell me what two numbers you got that multiply to give you 18 and add to give you 9.
3 and 6.
3 and 6. Now, if you put your 6 out front and your 3 in the back, does that matter?
No.
Nope. We just need to reduce our fraction now. Now, which fraction reduces, the left side or the right side?
Right.
Okay, and what does that reduce to?
1/3.
1/3. Now, my parentheses that I have are 2x plus 3 and x plus 3. How'd we do? Good?
I got it right.
How many of us got it right? Take a point for your team, guys. Good job. Manny, did you get it right? I'm so proud of you. All right, any questions so far? Okay, let's look at number B. All right, so what did you guys put in the top part of the fraction? Positive 60?
Negative 60.
Yeah.
I didn't do the negative sign.
And then negative 11, 3, and 3. So this time, the negative's going to change things up, right?
Right.
So your big factor needs to be negative. What two numbers multiply to give us negative 60 and add to give us negative 11?
15 and 4.
15 and 4. And then your big factor has to be negative. So which of these is negative? 15. Okay, now which side reduces? My left side or my right side? Your left, and what does that reduce to? And negative 5. And how do I write my parentheses?
X minus 3x, 3x.
Ta-da! How many of us got that one right? Good job. Take a point. Now, Did anybody get it wrong because we messed up on our signs? Okay, did you make your 4 negative? Now the reason you have to make your big number negative is because that's a negative. Yes.
I messed up on like the fractions part. Like I don't know how to make it into the fancy.
To reduce it?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, so let's look at that. That's a common problem, so that's fine. Now, you know that 3/4 can't reduce. Nothing goes into both 3 and 4 other than 1, right? But now let's look at this one. What goes into both 3 and 15? 5 doesn't go into 3.
30.
3 does, yeah. Now, you said 5 because you know 15 divided by 3 is 5. But the reason we don't use 5 is because you need the factor that goes into both of those. So then you just divide the top and bottom by 3. So 3 divided by 3 is 1. 15 divided by 3 is 5. And that's it. Are we ready for number C? I mean the next letter, whatever. That one, the next one we're doing. All right. What goes in the top?
40.
What goes in the bottom? Top left and right?
2.
Whew. Alright, what 2 numbers did we get this time? 3 and 16. Now, when you did this one, did you have to make a list for 48?
Yeah.
So that you could see which one added? Yeah.
Choose like after they just divided it by single digit numbers and turn that.
Yeah. Some people can do that and do it in their head, but some it helps to do your T-chart. So like you would do 2 and 24, 4 and 12, 3 and 16, and then which of those adds to give us 19? 3 and 6. Alright, now, looking at our fraction, which side reduces, the left or the right? Okay, and what goes into both 2 and 16 this time?
2.
2 divides into both of those, and 2 divided by 2 is?
1.
16 divided by 2 is?
8.
Good. So our parentheses are 2x plus 3 and x plus 8. Now, can we just write the answer for the next one, or do we need to walk through each and every step?
No, sure. You can write the answer.
Okay. All right, what did we get for D?
5x plus 5x.
Yep. Awesome. How many of us got that one right? Ooh, super proud. Take a point, guys. Good job. All right, and then E, 5x plus 8 and x plus 3. Look at you go. All right, number F.
4x plus 5 and x plus 3.
Yes, awesome. Great job. And number G.
And that's 1, 3.
Yep.
Yeah, put that with
X minus 5 and 2x minus 3. Same thing. That's so it works. Remember, we don't care about that order. That doesn't matter. As long as your 2's out front, we really don't care where anything else is.
Yeah.
Do you have E and F?
I'll copy E right now.
Pardon?
Copy E right now.
Okay.
Okay. Using nice.
You do look nice today.
This way is good.
She is cute.
Thank you.
Do you also have F?
Yes.
Okay. And H. What do we get for H?
4x plus 5 and x minus 6.
Oh, I'm so proud of y'all. Great job. Now, do you feel better about these because we've practiced factoring for like 2-3 weeks now? Like over and over and over and over and over. And since we're just adding one more step to it, it's really not that bad, right? Now, what I want you to do for the class period is work out the problems on that little half sheet, not the half sheet, the whole sheet. Remember, you're going to cut out it's up at the front. So you grab one of each color, one of each stack from up there. Manny, may I see yours? Yeah. Alright, so now I want to see your work on a separate sheet of paper. I don't want you to just glue stuff down. So you're going to need a sheet of paper. I don't care where you get it from. I don't care if you're out of your notebook, somewhere. You need a sheet of paper. to show me the work for each problem. And I want us to go ahead and number these so that we all have the same numbers and we label our work with the numbers so I don't have to search. So this is problem 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Alright. So we have 12 problems that we're doing. So on your sheet that you're writing your work on and showing me your answers, you're going to have 12 problems. And we're not going to write all, may I see this? We're not going to write all over the paper like crazy people. We're going to go in order. So either work straight down the page or across. But don't be a crazy person. Okay? Then you're going to cut each of these out and glue it. Each should have a factor here. Ready, set, go team. Does anybody have any questions before we begin? Okay. Oh, you need your sheet. I'm sorry. I got excited. Yes. Yes.
No.